Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the stream that I'm sure is absolutely on time and not a few days late. Yep. Hello. I hope everyone is having a good day, a wonderful day. Let me align my camera here. I do apologise for just going AWOL again this week, but why was it? I can't remember why I didn't I don't know why I didn't go live Tuesday. I think I got distracted by something, but yesterday I wasn't well, so which is typical. My first day off work I got 5 days off work, and the first day of it I was ill. Yay! You know, bad headache, couldn't concentrate and stuff. Wanderer, hello, good evening. I didn't even reply to you on Discord, my apologies. Yeah. However, I did spend a lot of yesterday. Yesterday night I couldn't stream because I just couldn't. I spent 5 minutes coding and then 10 minutes just staring at YouTube, just blanking my head. So, and then nodding off and other bits and pieces. So, but I have managed to succeed in a thing. So I will show you said thing. You ready? Let's go over. Let's go zoom. That's the wrong one. Hold on. This one. So, you remember last time I was trying to get the mesh generated and doing the bits and pieces, how it and then get everything working. Success. So we have pin size and pin rows here for our mesh. We can set this to any number we want. The pin rows must be the maximum size must be half of the smallest side of the thing. So if you make it 5 by 5, we can go maximum pin rows of 2. We can't go 3, and it stops you doing that. So if I was to go, I'm going to make a 20 by 3 pin row count. We hit play. We come down here. Look at this. Look. There it is. There it is. It exists. It exists. It's working. It's doing the thing. All the textures work on it. Everything is lined up beautifully on it. It knows it's all connected. It's absolutely fine. I don't know. I would have to do some special thing for making sure the ends don't connect if it's under a certain amount. I might make the minimum like 3 for doing actual chip things, but it works. It works perfectly well. And if I click it and I move it around in the world, it snaps to the grid. Everything's fine. It's not actually recognized by the game at the moment. So the game doesn't actually recognize it. So yeah. But it's doing the thing. It's doing the thing that we want it to do, which is awesome. Very fun. Let me show you this. I can shrink that down. We don't need that. Let me drag that over here and drag this over here. So I'm in the right order here. So we're in our advanced procedural mesh mono behavior. We need it to not be a mono behavior. Now, the reason I need it to not be a mono behavior is because I can't drop this into the entity subscene up here, because mono behaviors don't work inside here. So I can't put it in here and have it run at runtime. I need to convert it to an ISystem and then have the ISystem create the mesh, which means we've got to do some other things. But the other things we have to do are all to do with this sort of thing, that where it's creating the mesh and getting the mesh filter things, because they're just different things. Actually generating the mesh is exactly the same. And it looks complicated, but a lot of it you'll notice is repeated code with just different numbers in it. So basically, let me go down the bottom here. I have 2 functions. I have a create quad function, which does exactly what it says on the tin. It takes in an array of vertex and it creates a quad. Creates a quad. These are the 4 vertices. If you remember when we were doing the vertices before, it was the order. It was bottom left, bottom right, top left, top right in like a Z formation, or backward Z formation, I should say. And then that made the triangles. So this function creates one quad, a single quad, adds the textures to it, adds all the text coordinates, adds the tangents, adds everything to it, blah, blah, blah. And all you have to do is send in the vertex positions and where it needs to start, which is very, very easy, because we come up here. So this one here creates the pin array. So it creates the outside pins, it creates the inside pins, and it just is constantly creating a quad, which works beautifully. And then down here we have another one. We set the 4 positions, which is the bottom left, bottom right, top left, top right, and then we create a quad, and we increase it and just carry on. And then I've got a create triangle one, which does exactly the same thing, but only works with 3. So the code I had last time, which was 641 lines long, is now 316 lines long. So it's actually half the size it was before, and it's a lot more robust now, because we can do so many more things with this. Like I could add, well, I will be adding another function to this at some point to be doing other things to it. So we'll be doing this script will also be responsible for creating the chips themselves as well. So it creates the socket and it will create the chips. It just needs to know which one it's making. It also needs to know whether it's making a drooling line or an actual pin one. I'm not sure whether I want to go that route. I might just go with the minimum. The minimum you can make is a 3x3. Ember, hello, good evening. I might say this is like the, oh no, actually, so 5x5 should be the minimum size chip. So that would be the minimum size socket you can make in the game. They must be this size or larger. And there must be an odd number as well. That's the only other thing. There must be an odd number. We can change the texture on it as well. It's very sort of plain texture, but we can change that. That's not a major problem. So, yeah. So this will work, and then we create a chip, and then we'll slap a chip inside it, on top of it. So that's the socket. The chip goes on top of it. Fantastic. fantastic. I could also shrink it down and make it lower as well, but don't know if I want to do that. Maybe we'll see. But I need to convert this to an ISystem, and I don't know how to do that. Gotta be honest, don't know how to do that. So let me. We have a procedural chip here, which has got some other bits and pieces on it. It's got a baker chip. Let's have a look at this. What does this do? So this checks this here, which is awesome. So we can use this. This works. And it creates a new object data. Procedural object make tag. Right, so we'll make the item with this data, and then we'll do that there. So we could always. So this is for our testing purposes, which is cool. Which is okay. That's fine. So let me copy this. So we want to rename this to be pin size. Okay, and then we want to have a public int pin rows. Okay. Or authoring dot pin size x is less than 5. Oh no. Oh. Right. Oh, let me for now. So if authoring.pin size is less than 5, and then there you go, make sure it's 5, minimum of 5. And then I want to do a check here. If pin size need authoring I've been dealing with the mono behavior for so long, I don't know, but there's no way I know. I can generate the chip with the mono behavior, but then I don't know how to make the object, because I don't know how to have that generate the thing in this subscene. I don't know how we'd add it to the subscene. I suppose technically we could find this and just add it to a list of buildables or something. Then the game would regenerate all the buildables every time. We'll look at that if that goes wrong. I'm going to literally just throw an error. Okay, I'm going to literally throw an error. So, let's go into the test script and let me turn off. Let me just disable that for the minute. Actually, we don't want that running. So the procedural one here. So if I said 5 by 5 and then made this 3, boom, it fails. It won't let me do it. Authoring.pin rows. We can change that. Nice. Okay. So I can just go loop you through a wobbly. So if I set this to 5, for instance, and then it just brings it down. Yeah. Don't necessarily need the log error in there. We'll just do that. We'll just have it So if you override it, it won't work. We'll have to have a failsafe in here. So if I set this to like 10, for instance, so it says 8, but if I hit play, it comes down to 7. Oh, it doesn't actually do. So every update brings it down by 1 until it's no longer valid. So, in rows equals math.minimum. Y oh, right. It'll be divided by 2 because it's an odd number. It's an int float. Okay, so if I set this to, let's say 10, it goes nope, won't let me do that, and puts it down to 2. Okay, so if I put this to 7 and then go 10, boom, it comes down to 3. No, it should be the minimum, shouldn't it? This should be math.min. It must be half the size of the shortest. Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, so it forces it down. Cool. Okay, so we have a failsafe to fix that. Right. So, do I have any procedural generation scripts? Procedural object creator, we do. No, you do weird. Right, I don't want any of that. Go away. We shouldn't need to run once, should we? Because you should only run if we have a make tag. But didn't we have an object with this, an issue with this running twice? Leave that like that, because this is a no, let's not get rid of that. We shouldn't need that. Okay, I also don't particularly want to call this should be able to be called by a public function called create. Mesh. What do we call this here? Advanced procedural mesh. Yeah, okay. So I need to copy basically this whole thing into it and then see how it wobbles out on us. So let's do this. Let's go to here. I can't do this, can I? No. This might have to be a system base. I'm not sure though. Okay, size, sorry, pin rows 1. That initializes all of those. Right, okay, so they all exist when the whole thing starts. That's fine. Okay. Don't worry about that because that's fine. We've done it. So now, can we call this? Yes, we can. Okay. Right, in that case, I'm going to literally group that down there. Copy this. Paste it in here. Watch this whole thing freak out. So we get rid of that. We go to the end of the script. We get rid of that. Oh, right, bottom. Okay. I'll then need to copy the create quad and create triangle functions as well. Path cannot be used like a method. Is that because I need to use this? There we go. That fixes that. That was too easy. That was too easy. Okay. Now we've got a couple of wobblies down here because we are getting the components, which isn't a thing that works. Is there? So we need to do state.add component, state.entity manager.add component. The problem is we're creating a mesh, but we're not creating an entity. So I need to create an entity. Create entity. Entity manager.add component. Entity manager.add component. So it's mesh filter. States.entity manager.add component. It's going to need a mesh renderer, isn't it? So what does it need? It needs a mesh filter and a mesh renderer. Yeah, so mesh renderer. And states.entity manager.add component. Bots collider. I don't know whether that one's valid or not. Okay. I don't know whether this is. Save. Let's have curried sausages on toast. Very nice. Ooh. I had lemon and pepper fish and chips today, so yeah. Where do we create the? See down here, don't we? Mesh dot set name. Entity manager dot set name new mesh to procedural mesh. There we go. Okay. Now, would this work first time? Would this explode? What's going to get fish chip? We've had them in the it was home cooked. It wasn't actually. It was we've had them these lemon and whatever it is fish for ages. Had them in the thing, and they are yummy. My chair is falling down. And I was like, yeah. And my housemate was like, oh, we'll do that for dinner today. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. Well, that. Okay, pump my chair up and it goes straight down again. I think this might be broken. Okay. So this is going to make a thing that is 5x5 with 1 row. It's going to ignore our settings here. That's fine. So hit play. Procedural. So the tag disabled itself. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Stop. Yep, okay, there's a million procedural meshes here. The $4 for a piece of fish out of the cheese shop. Yeah, frozen fish. Yeah, this was frozen fish in there. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, I think this is why we had the failsafe in here, because so this will stop working after 1. Hopefully, let's find out. Aha, I have a single procedural mesh down the bottom here. You can't see it's behind me, but it's down there. Awesome. Okay, so it's generating the mesh. That's fine. We are then down here. I need 2. Red ghost and green ghost. Let's create an empty and we'll call this pocket materials. Interesting that you need a... Ah, yes, of course, I forgot about that. We're going to have the same as this one. Holes base side. Holes base side. Remove the box collider, we don't need that. Yep, I know it's costing multiple passovers, that's fine. We don't care about that. Right, so how do these guys work with their... green ghost tag, okay. So I guess I need to make a... new what is the socket materials maker? Goes in the material buffer, and down here I'm going to add a socket material buffer, and then we'll do that. Okay. You on there. Okay. So what are you doing here? So we've got the mesh filter. Let's open this up again. Hold on. Doop, 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 doop. The component mesh filter and add that. Okay, so we need to do this. We do that. Yep, we do that anyway. Okay, so here I need to do state.entityManager.getComponent mesh filter, mesh equals mesh. Mesh filter must be a non-nullable type. Can we just get component? I might have to do this in a system base. It may not work in an ISystem because I don't think the mesh filter can be non-nullable. So yeah, we might have to do this in a system base, which is fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Does mean we've got to change up some stuff here. Wrong with you? Not an interface. System base in interface list is not an interface. Okay, I can't remember how you do system bases. Hold on. It should be public partial class, not a struct. Class is spelled with an A. And we want to do public override void and create. Hold on. Oh, so it doesn't have a system state in it, right? Okay. What's wrong with this? Hold on. Is it protected? Right, so I then need to go and find how do I can't remember how. Do we have any system bases? I don't think we do. That's an ISystem. I don't think we do. Right, okay. Let me go over to okay. So this was a system base, so I remember the audio had to be a system base. Right, that's not what I wanted. That's not what we want. Database require for update. That's the one I want. It's just require for update. Okay, cool. Right, okay, and then names here. So protected void, override void on update, but we don't do the state in there. Okay, which means we don't need to send the crate in there. I'll just call it entity manager. We can, but I don't know if that's just going to work by default. I think it might. Entity manager, get component, mesh filter, non-nullable. Okay, can we just go get component? Get component object. There we go. Get component object. Cool. Okay. Cool. Right. I think you can just call entity manager directly in system base. Missing burst compile attribute. Does it need to be up here? Not that I've got burst compile enabled, but there we go. Right, so hit play. Oh. Null reference is not set to an instance of an object. The entity manager only returns a filter. Okay, but I can't get the object because it doesn't exist yet. Right. Okay. So entity command buffer ECB equals new entity command buffer. I don't. Not yet. No, you can't. Ah, hold on. I'll do that there. Right, so add component mesh renderer. You don't have a mesh in there. Let's try that. I don't know if this is right or not. Expression can be simplified. Whoa, what the hell? Oh yeah. Component mesh filter should not be instantiated directly. Oh, mesh filter equals new mesh filter. Mesh filter mesh equals mesh. Then we should do that. Yep. Yeah. Okay, and then mesh renderer. Mesh renderer equals new mesh renderer. You should do that, and then like that. Not be instantiated directly. Right. Null reference object is in the no. 285, which is there. So can we not create a new mesh filter? No, I don't think we can we? Right, okay. Right, so the procedural baker, we want to leave this alone. This is fine. Not fussed about every side, get rid of that. But also get rid of those, we don't care about those. In rows and public pool is, I'm gonna say, is dip. Okay. Pin rows is pin rows, and we're not going to worry about his dip for the minute. That's fine. You do that, okay? Back there, right? Okay. However, what I want to do is I want to like get a mesh filter from somewhere and make a copy of it. Yeah, because you won't do a new mesh. Okay, so how do I get a mesh filter? Delete that. Create a new cube. It's not as well procedural. No, we don't want to call it procedural anyway. But mesh creator, that's not as well mesh either. Mesh creator. No, mesh creator. Boom. Okay. Let's do that. We can always move this up out of the way, miles away. That's fine. So we've got the basic stuff we need. So we can grab the mesh filter of this, the mesh renderer, and that of this. That'll be fine. These should not be cool. They are procedural. It is the same thing, but put that in here. Get rid of that. Let's create another tag here and call this the object tag, which is called the procedural object tag. Okay, add component, procedural object tag. Thank you very much. Right, and then in here, we might not have to do this for that, so we can go get entity. Let's manager dot get entity. Get component. How do we create singleton? That's not what I want. I want to get the singleton. Can't get the singleton. Is it just get singleton? It is just get singleton. Procedural objects tag. System API. So I want to go mesh filter equals get singleton tag dot get. Nope, I need to go entity. Master equals system API dot get singleton entity with the procedural tag, and then we go entity manager dot get component object mesh filter master. We just want to get the thing there. Get copy of, so I want to do a reflection. Oh, that's my okay, so create entity. Is there a read only span archetype? Oh no, there's no create. The entities depreciated. Right, so what's copy entities from copy and replace entities? That's not what I want to do. I want to I can't create a new mesh filter. I can get this mesh filter and then change it and add it, but I feel like I'm making a copy of it if I do that. Don't need the entity command buffer for that. Mesh filter dot mesh. Okay. Let's try that. These are going to throw wobbly, but yeah. Movaholic, hello, good evening. It's I'm stepping forward. I can't show you right now because I could show you right now what I'm doing. If I turn that one off and turn this one on here. So I have mesh generation working. So we have, this is made procedurally via the mesh generator. So if we change this size of it, so let's change it to be 13 by 11 and give it 4 pin rows. Ooh, look, we made a socket. Got a CPU socket. Ooh. Which is awesome. So yeah, it's working. It's doing the thing I wanted to do. The problem is, it's doing it in a mod behavior, and I need it to do it in a in an ISystem. So yeah. I don't know if I can get the mod behavior to. We might have to go the route of making the mod behavior do it, and then because you can create entities in a mod behavior, but you can't. I might be able to. We might be able to just create the entity in mod behavior, and then just copy everything from after it generates the whole thing. Copy all the information to the entity. And I'd have to give it. I'm gonna give it a tag. I'd have to give it a. We have to add it to some database somewhere so we know we've got it. I'm not sure how. All right. Okay, so this is round wobbly here. That's not the error I want. I want the error that's going into my code. So this one. What's wrong? Oh. 286. Mesh filter has not been added to it. Yes, it has. It's got one right here. Oh, it might not be called a mesh filter anymore once it converts it. Oh, no, it's called something else, isn't it? Oh, God. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go the mono behavior route. Our creation is going to have to be on a bit because it's not called a mesh filter, it's called something else, and there's going to be 3 of them. Yeah. When you create, yeah. Okay, we might have to go the mono behavior way and then somehow get this to create an entity and then copy our mesh filter, our mesh renderer, and our box collider all to the entity. But if I do that at runtime, would it get baked properly? Who knows? Let's find out. Let's find out. It's going to be the way to do it. Turn off that one. Turn on that one. How do I do this? Fortunately, we do have a way of doing this in our previous thing. Our menu is a mono behavior, and yeah. let's copy that. Let's come down here. Let's go entity entity, we'll just call it entity because I can't do anything better to do with that. It's world.default game object entity manager. So that's how we do it. So we go world.default game object or entity manager. Entity manager equals world.default object. Entity manager dot add component object entity can I do that? Is that valid? Is that valid? Let's go one step at a time with this. Go one step at a time. And I'm gonna change it back to doing a 5x5 by 1. Play. It fired. I think it did. I think it did. I need to set the name. Entity manager dot set name. Yes. Make it procedural mesh. Thank you, so I know which one it is. Okay. And then I'm going to go set the renderer. Entity manager dot add component. Object bots collider. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Okay, so if I go to our test mesh, this is our test mesh. If I move this here, so it's moved out of the way, that's fine. Go to our entities and I come down here. We have a procedural mesh here, but it doesn't have it's missing data. Also, I need to add a copy of these. Well, copy, no, there is no. Okay, so but the red ghost has got a mesh filter, a mesh renderer. Let's go to this one here. We've got a local to world space. You don't have any of that. Entity manager to add component. Why are you obsessed with adding the component data? Entity component Transform. Try that. Let's get the transform as well. That might. I'm not sure what I need to copy. So it's got all this stuff, but it's not actually adding. Clone, but that's not what I need. Create archetype. Create entity. Entity archetype. How do we do this? Entity archetype. Dot. Copy entities doesn't exist anymore. Copy entities from. What do you need in here? You need the source entity manager, which is you. A native array of entities. Well, we don't have any entities, so I can't do that. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. So how to instantiate an entity at runtime. It's an entity. Could that be the problem? Create entity, blah blah blah, and then manager dot instantiate entity. Is that the problem? Am I not instantiating the entity? find out. Hit play. I've got two procedural messages, which both now have exactly the same data on them. That's not going to work. Can't store the mesh filter on data because it's not non-nullable. Although there are ways around that, but and I instead get component singleton entity outside of the system. What? Oh, oh dear Lord. You have to create an entity manager. Oh god. Oh god, here we go. Entity query equals entity get procedural object text. Cool. Entity equals try get singleton entity. Oh no, we want to go query dot try get singleton entity out entity. If entity is not equals entity dot null a null entity manager dot instantiate So we get the master entity. If we find it and it's not null, we create a new entity based off the original. So we're creating a brand new entity and then we change all these components to it. I might not be able to add all these components to it because I might have to set component data, set component but I can't add a component object if it already exists. Get component object. Mesh filter. Mesh equals mesh. I'm just going to go add component and see what happens. Go back to that. I don't think it's going to work because it already has the component on it. Want the heavy hands with the curry powder? Oh. It's not there. Oh, we need to enable you, don't we? Oh yeah, and then I want to skip that one. I have to delay that a little bit. No, I still don't see a procedural mesh down there. Can I make this an IE enumerator? Code pass to return the value. No. No, I don't want visual scripting. Go away. Huh? Okay, right. So down here, I want to do this. Oop, but I can't do return. Return yield new wait, yield return new new wait for seconds 0.1. Oh, this is that will not stop this from running, will it? Oh, it's fine. Not exactly what I want there, but okay. We still did not get a let's see. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. So if the default board is not created, do that. If it is created, then we know we can get the entity manager from it. Okay. Right. Still don't see a procedurally generated thing here. Doop. There is still no... Oh, hang on. No, it has worked. It's just you're not actually... So you've added stuff to it that doesn't make any sense. You don't need those things. Right, okay. So it's working, but it's also not working all at the same time. So if I go into the placement system, we do stuff in here that I messed up at one point and managed to fix the thing I was trying to do. So this here. So here we got the current material. We could actually change the whole thing, couldn't we? Yeah, we can actually change the whole thing to because we did that before. Instead of changing the material, I changed the whole mesh by mistake. We can't add hang on. Hang on. So if I put that in the entity subscene, okay, and hit play, it does create it. Oh, okay. Okay. It's not getting converted to an entity. Can I... hang on. Let's change it back to be a void. Might have to change that because this might not be ready. So actually, yeah, let's change this back to what I was just on. Let's go back to the enumerator because that's safer, right? Then come down here And instead of using the entity managers to do stuff down here, in fact, I don't want the entity manager at all, do I? No. Okay, I don't want the entity manager at all. All I'm going to do is add a component to this. I want to add a baker to it. So where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh. What the? Where did it go? Subscenes cannot have child game objects. Close the scene, delete the child game object. Right. Ah, okay, so. Right. So I can't have mono behaviors in there. That kinda sucks. Can I this though? What's wrong with this? Burst function, entities function, burst function. It's a bug in the system, that's okay. Right, okay. So I've got the subscene. Can I come down here? And can I do that? Can I copy this into the subscene? Oh, hang on, that's not what I want. Instantiate transform parent. How do I transfer a... That's not helpful. That's not what I want to do. I need to be able to instantiate this game, a new game object, into the subscene so that it can be baked and then add a baker to it. I can't put this in there because I can't run the model behavior on it. The only model behaviors you'll land there are bakers. This kind of sucks. I don't think there's any way I can. I don't think there's any way I can make the you're the system-based one, but you can't do this here. We need to do another way of doing this, okay, which I think is going to be to do with not that this here. Right, copy that over to here. So this isn't working. You're a system based on here. We could probably change this back to being an ISystem now. No, we can't. It's creating an entity, but it's not creating a copy of an entity. Let's instantiate an entity. Right, let's try and change this back to being an ISystem. Hold on. State. Like that. There we go. I'll do that there. Okay. McDonald's. Hello, hello. Good evening. Hope you are having a good day. Oh God. Cold coffee. Bum, 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 bum. So down here, everything's going to go wrong because you don't like this. Okay, which is fine. Which is fine. So can we go state? No. No. We haven't set the state into this, have we? Nope. What the? Press the wrong button. Ref state. Send the states into the mesh. That's fine. Right, let's go down here now and let's go state.entitymanager.instantiate. How do I get this entity? like this. So let's cache this up the top here. Like this entity. And we'll go this entity. Not how you spell entity. Yeah. Boom. Okay, so we've got this entity, we have it cached here. Fantastic. So I can come down here and I can reinstantiate this entity. Okay, I shouldn't need to do this, so I should be able to get command entity dot mesh equals mesh. None of you should be needed. Off the test one, go to this one here. Play. Well, it didn't fail. However, it's not going to work. Because we're going to have to actually get hold of this data here. Did I change the name of it in this script? I did. There's no procedural mesh down here behind my head. Why is there no procedural mesh? Why? Oh, because they're not called an update, are they? They're called something else. Yep. on create and they are called on create and on update. Void public. Not the thing that matters. Yeah. We're not getting an entity down here being created. Why is this not running? Oh, did something just break? Fatal UI exception occurred. Ooh. Oh. Ba, 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 ba. There we go, we're live again. He says hopefully. But yep, you can go there. Ba, 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 ba. And you have okay, apparently it can't connect to Twitch. That's why it failed. Yeah, apparently we can no longer connect to Twitch. Right, okay, I can't do anything about that. Don't know what's happened there. Oh well, goodbye Twitch, sorry. Still says I'm running. The manager's still connected. Random API thing. Oh well. Right, so log. Mesh created. Let's see whether we get to this point here. Let's pull these forward. Let us see whether we get to this point here. We do not. We don't get to that point there. Why?
Hello there.
Hello there. So the event system is working apparently. That's what it tells me. It tells me the events is working, but the actual chat client itself cannot connect to chat. So anything that anyone types in Twitch will not come through, but the events will, which is strange. And I can't cancel it to reconnect. It's just looping. So yeah, not a clue. Not a clue. Okay, so why do you not get down to here? In fact, you're not running this at all. Require procedural because what called it that? Oh, derp derp. It won't run because it has no object make tag. That's okay. That's okay. Right, here we go. Ready, and now we're gonna throw wobbly. Yay! The entity manager is running on an invalid entity. This entity. Why are you running on an invalid entity of this entity? This entity should equals and also, yeah, the tag hasn't been removed either. Let's try that. Let's try running it on the tag instead. What I should do probably is actually have this create mesh thing after that, because we're actually trying to do stuff on things that yeah, I'm trying to run it on an entity that hasn't been assigned yet. Idiot. Uncle queries on enable types, really? Well, okay, that's fine, because we'll go to this and we will get rid of the enablement type, because we're not enabling disabling anymore. We are literally deleting it. Okay. Mesh filter has not been added to the component. Okay. So we're back to this point. Which is fine. But that's fine. But if we scroll down here, I still don't actually have I still don't have one called procedural mesh. Ow. Scratchy, yeah. Right, play. Mesh created, procedural mesh. Okay. So you do create the procedural mesh. But I don't. I don't see it down here. It's so weird. What I need to do is I need to get the mesh. That's what this does, doesn't it? So we need to go your mesh info. Mesh info equals get component state.entity manager.get component mesh equals mesh. Submesh STU short dot mesh dot there's material. Oh, they're all references, aren't they? Ah, no. So I can't change the mesh. I can't do this. I can't do this the way I want to be able to do it. Because I can't just assign a mesh. It's looking for a mesh that already exists, but we don't have a mesh that already exists. Oh god, people are doing things here. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. What the? Do. Oh, ooh, hold on. An object reference is required for the non-static field. Oh yeah. Right. Capital E. Right. Right. So you need this. The problem is that I my mesh data array doing, hold on, where is this created? Mesh data array 0, so it's mesh data. Can I just get mesh data dot get vertices and then get. I'm so confused. Hold on. Is the mesh data not the same thing? No, it should be. Hold on, we'll get vertices, and then the mesh data should also contain the triangles. Where's my triangle data? Hold on. Just an int. Index data. Right, so what do you want? I am confused by that. So the mesh collider, is it collider one? No, it's not mesh collider. Eight. Ah. Okay. Can we just do that? Yes. What's wrong with this? We can just send the mesh data in. Yes, okay. Phew, we can do that, mate. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Nope. Unknown object has been deallocated. You're not allowed to access it. What? Might do that. I still don't see the new entity being made. Why is this not creating the new entity? See whether you actually work or whether you freak out. Bum. New mesh is 301. Okay. $301. Are you not actually creating what I want you to create? have a procedural mesh at the bottom. Okay. It's got a physics collider. Right. But it doesn't have local transform or local to world. Render bounds, render filter settings, all that sort of stuff. You're 301. Apparently we've created 301, so that's this one. So we're not instantiating a new this is not actually creating a new entity. A new local transform. Oh. This card has not been added to the entity. Okay. Right. Yep. All right. You are right. Bum 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 bum. Neutral mesh. Right, it has a local to world. Needs a local transform. One, make sure you set the scale, otherwise it doesn't work. Okay, it's going to need some other things as well. wonder if I could instantiate a box from somewhere else. Oh, it exists. Oh no, we're clicking on one thing here. Hold on, right, this one. This one apparently doesn't exist. Still doesn't have a thing to copy. It needs so much more stuff, doesn't it? Can we instantiate a data box? Can I do that instead? Oh dear, excuse me. How do we check for input? Sets up ghost. Aha. Buildable item buffer. Zero. What? Huh. Wait, what? Where do we? Each bootable item buffer. Reset. Okay. What? Oh, okay. Wasn't what I wanted. I want to get data. I want to get the data box, not the build object one. So I don't want that. I want the nope, not that one. I want the creation. Is it what was the one for recreate? connections. Data box. Let's set up all the connections. Is it this one? No, we were just in here, wasn't we? Where did we create? The oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, buildables, camera components, nope. Component data box creation system, there it is. Right, oh dear. Oop. Copy. Oop. They're down there. And then I want to go set. Then comment out these two. Okay, so it's instantiated data box, which is fine. However, it's still got a cube. Right, I am yawning. I am yawning. I need to stop. I need to stop because I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not getting anywhere. This is not going the way I envisioned it going. Because of the differences between this thing, this thing, and the other one. When the item is baked, it changes, and I can't create an item. Yep. I can't create an item outside and then bake it.
Yep, I yawned you, Eggman.
And a bit as well. Thank you very much, Emble. Thank you. Oh. I need to do some more research. Because baking's only done in the editor. It's not done at runtime. So my approach is incorrect. So I will need to create it in here. So, but anyway, yeah. Let's leave this. Let's just leave it. Let's step away, and go to sleep, and come back tomorrow and try again. We'll do some fun fantasy again tomorrow. Carry on with that, and take it from there. So yeah. So I'm going to work on this more off stream, I think, because it's just not going according to plan, which is a bit of a pain. But we're getting it in. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. I said more fun fantasy tomorrow night, and then Elden Ring on Saturday, and so on and so forth from there. Until then, as always, have fun.